What is up? It is game day. What's going on, Bears fans? This is your CHGO Bears pregame show presented by DraftKings. Use that code CHGO when you sign up. Justin Fields is back. He's officially active. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm wearing my stuff from Foco today because I thank you to everybody who came out to our tailgate today. All our tailgates have had the most amazing, supportive CHGO/Bears fans. But if you made it out today, you are on another level because
you are the diehards.
You are the true diehards. And yes, I needed this Foco incredibly warm.
I think it looks insanely warm.
Hoodie that I'm still wearing because it was freaking cold out there. Like literally when we got one sliver of sun that hit the back end of the tailgate, for anyone who's been to the tailgate, everybody just meandered there, and basically it was like a group hug, like, oh, thank you. This is so nice as of like 9:42.
I was looking over, I'm like, why is everybody hanging out by the porta potties?
Because
everybody has to go to the bathroom already? And then I was like, oh, that's where the sun is.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Yep, we got all Foco gear here in front of us, the hat.
And yes, William Kane, you're right. This is a 7-minute loaf. We apologize. We had to thaw out. This will never happen again. I don't know what happened, but I'll blame myself. I'll take.
Well, we had a lot going on.
It's fine. I don't know. Suddenly it was like 10:45, and I was like, "Wait, what? How the hell did it get to be 10:45?" You know, it was
because we had too much fun at the tailgate. That's why.
It was a great time, as per always.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a lot to pack in a little bit of time here before the
Pack
Bears.
in. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
I did not. I didn't get that, and I'm the one who said it.
A lot of news. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Pregame news. Some interesting inactives. The most concerning of which is the entire Bears secondary, except for Jalen Johnson, is not playing in this game.
Yeah, that ain't great. Kindle Vildor, ankle.
He was listed as questionable, but practiced in full on Friday. Mm-hmm. And this is not the first time we've seen this. That happened with Tevin Jenkins, too, a couple weeks ago. He practiced in full Friday, didn't play Sunday. So he's out, which, you know, the other ones we already knew. Kyler Gordon's out. Jaquan Brisker's out. Eddie Jackson's out. Did I name them all? That's the 4 out of the 5 starters are out.
I am very interested to see how much run and how successful Harrison Hand gets and is able to, what level he's able to perform at, because he is one of the most interesting dudes in that Bears locker room.
Bear or not a bear? Harrison Hand.
No idea. I think that's a character from like some Quentin Tarantino movie or something.
Harrison Hand, I really am.
Can we just go? A lot of big news here on the pregame show. Let's do a deep dive on Harrison Hand.
Keep on. Well, somebody's got to step up today. That secondary is.
Is he playing?
Yes. Someone's got to play.
He's starting?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think he's starting. Isn't it?
Does he play safety or corner? I
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But he's
kind of ridiculous.
He's active. I assume your safeties are Elijah Hicks and DeAndre Houston-Carson, right? I assume that's what's up.
Yeah.
And then your corners are Jalen Johnson and who? Harrison Hand?
Jalen Jones.
Yeah, okay, right. Jalen Jones. Okay.
And honestly,
it's got to be Jalen Jones. Okay, but in the nickel, Harrison Hand's out there, man.
Okay, sure.
Lend a helping hand, Harrison Hand.
Don't forget they signed Justin Lane recently.
That's true too.
So he's active. It'll be interesting. Here's the point, though. We've seen Bears-Packer games where the Bears have one weakness in their secondary, and what does Aaron Rodgers do? He throws the ball at that weakness, and then he throws it again at that weakness, and then he throws it again at that weakness, and then he does it again, and then they score a touchdown, and then they do it again, and then they score more touchdowns.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So when they have 4 weaknesses, and, oh, by the way, no pass rush.
Right. Throw that in there, too.
Look, the Bears are going to win this game. They're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, and, you look at how the Eagles ran 363 yards and setting all-time records all over the place. And, yeah, we don't want to see that. We don't want Fields running around like Jalen Hurts today, do we?
As long as he doesn't get hit at the end.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Well, and so that is the counter. I think, what do you want to see, right? You want to see the Bears be able to run the ball. Now, this is another interesting inactive that we were not expecting. When the inactives got announced, fullback Kari Blassingame's name was on there. And I was like, what?
Is he hurt, or did they just make him inactive?
He's sick.
He's sick.
Yeah, they came back and announced that he has an illness. So Kari Blasingame out today. Now, the reason why that's significant, when it first came out, I was like, oh, he's a healthy scratch. That's a little weird. He seems to be pretty good. Big part of their running game. But when you're a healthy scratch, you know that all week, basically. Like when you're game planning. This is different. To find out he's out with an illness means they've been preparing for him to be in there all week. That means this morning or maybe yesterday, whenever they found out he was sick, you have to go back to the drawing board a little bit and be like, all right, well, we can't run this play. We can't run this play. You know, not having the fullback is different. Now, can they adjust some things? Can they move, the tight ends into that spot on a few runs? Sure, but I don't know if you're going to have your full plethora of runs that you usually have with your fullback in the game.
Yeah, and the Bears haven't really used Blasingame, I think, to the best of his abilities, I would argue. Like, I would like to see him out there just, I don't know, more, period. Like, whenever he's on the field, he's been effective. But they're going to miss him today. And it's a little scary when you're talking about who is going to protect Justin Fields and or just getting the run game to its fullest potential, and you're not just doing it with the quarterback. I don't know. That's too bad, but you're sick. It's been a very weird week with mainly the Trevor Siemian story. Can we rewind back to that for a second?
Sure.
He was going to play, was going to be your starter. Then word got out that he had injured himself, and he said something flared up, which made it seem like he was dealing with an injury prior that he tweaked in warm-ups. Bears PR was told to tell the media that he's not playing. And then all of a sudden, a miracle seemingly happened, and he is playing. And then because Matt Eberflus was asked about it, he told the media that, Trevor had surgery for his oblique and is done for the year.
Yeah.
If that question, when did that happen?
Yeah.
Friday news dump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I missed that.
But Lawrence, if he had not been asked about it, he wouldn't have told you. Which is the same thing that he did with Lucas Patrick. Like Brad Biggs asked him about Lucas Patrick like 3 weeks later. He's like, he had surgery on his toe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was even more because that was just Brad being like, hey, what's going on with Lucas Patrick?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you he's out for the year. Okay.
Right. Really bizarre. And then this one,
Actually, I'm the one who asked the question. I'm pretty sure I just asked for clarification that Nate Peterman would be the backup.
Right. And then
he was like, oh, by the way, yeah, Siemian's actually out for the year.
So, okay, I guess one slight point for Flus then on transparency, saying that he could have just said that and not tell you that he had surgery. So he did at least say it. But I'm not saying that they are going to handle Justin Fields the way they handled Trevor Siemian, but in that particular incident, and I get it, Trevor's a 7-year backup, but he's not the franchise like Fields is. But there was no protecting the player from himself there. That dude was injured. Whatever miracle happened, I don't know if he said that he didn't get shot up or whatever. Who knows what exactly happened?
He said he didn't?
He said like you don't get shot up in the ribs, but like all of a sudden the dude is back out there. Okay. And it just makes me slightly, not huge, but slightly concerned that, hey man, I get it that Justin wants to play today, but you certainly did not protect the player from himself with Trevor. That did not happen, and now the dude's done for the year. So I just hope, I'm just fingers crossed that everything is okay with Fields today to get out there and go. I know he's been cleared, and I'm sure it is, but it's still going to be, every time he runs today, it's going to be nerve-wracking for every single Bears fan. It just is.
Yeah, I think those are two completely different situations.
They are.
Like, Trevor, you want to play through pain, go for it.
Right.
This is your one opportunity to play all year.
Right.
It's completely different.
Right.
Justin, we're trying to develop you. I think Justin definitely has the mentality. This is another thing I asked Eberflus about this week. It's just, this goes all the way back to college. The dude will play through pain.
Yep.
And he wants to be that guy. And I've got a lot of respect for those players. So there's nothing wrong with that to keep that going. This is a rivalry game against the Packers. This honestly, we can't really say this most years, like throw the records out because, the Packers are usually going to win. But I don't know. This kind of feels like one of those games. Both teams are bad, but the players in those locker rooms right now, I think, are looking for a reason to get up for a game.
I would agree with that.
And like I don't know about you, I sense a little bit more energy in that locker room this week, just knowing it's Packer week.
Well, Justin Jones led the way with that. He did not understand the rivalry, and then he's coming off the field in Green Bay in week 2, and Packers fans are taunting him, and he's like, are you kidding me? Okay. I'm going to file that one away until week whatever we're in right now, and I'm going to absolutely try to kill the green and gold because I get the rivalry now. So, and look, the whole Rodgers angle into it is real. I Own You is back in the building today.
Yeah.
Playing through a broken thumb and ribs and whatever else.
A rib contusion.
Fuck that guy.
Okay. Documented from Lawrence.
Lawrence is my new hero on multiple different levels. But I was very disappointed when, if you have not checked out our YouTube, by the way.
Come on.
If you haven't checked out our Super Bowl Shuffle video.
You're disappointed with me when you're sitting next to that guy?
Yeah, but you were given the sack man's coming, I'm your man dent if a quarterback throws, and you said pay the rent.
Make him pay the rent.
Pay the rent?
Hey, at least it rhymed.
Pay the rent, Hoge.
I thought I had the best part of the video.
You were given the easiest part of the song, and you said Bears.
Yeah.
To be fair, Sean Anderson was given the easiest part of the song and failed miserably. But that's
Sean
okay.
Anderson but Sean Anderson he was 20 something.
Yeah, he was not alive.
Hoge should know the Super Bowl Shuffle
Why should I know the Super Bowl Shuffle?
because you've been covering the Bears since you came out of the womb.
Yeah, which members of the 85 Bears did I cover?
You're best friends with Dan Hampton.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call us best friends.
That's fine.
Was I alive when Super Bowl 20 happened?
I don't care. The song's been going on your whole life. Like at some point you would just think
It
you know the
hasn't
song.
been, though. I don't listen to that song.
How do you not listen to that song?
Carm,
It's
for me,
such a
okay,
good song.
I definitely was alive, and I should have known better.
Thank you.
However, I cracked under the pressure. I don't know. Casey threw
you
that.
literally cracked under the pressure.
Casey
of
threw the
Casey.
phone in my face, and I totally blanked, and my brain melted, and I had no idea what the hell about getting bent. I effed it up.
For those that might be confused, yesterday was the 37th anniversary, right, of the Super Bowl
That's right.
Shuffle.
37 years ago, and we're still talking about the 85 Bears.
Right.
Because we've never
I'm
won anything.
36. So,
All right,
and then we were actually given a one-day warning that, hey, we're going to do this video where we're going to have you guess.
Well, you shouldn't have cheated. You should not have. You don't need a
Well,
warning.
right, but I could have is the point because I was given a warning, and my reaction was still don't care, and then I got asked to do it, and I didn't know the words because I didn't want to know the words, and then I just said Bears, which I thought was great.
It was a good Bears, but
Mark Carman would have been proud.
Yeah. One in the chat for if you're disappointed in Hoge that he doesn't know the Super Bowl Shuffle. Two, you think that Hoge is within his rights to not know it because he was born after the Super Bowl Shuffle took place in the greatest year of Bears history. One is an embarrassment. Two is it's fine.
Okay, I want to see a lot of twos here.
No, thank you, live and amplified.
Yeah.
And Bears on Kawhi. Let's go.
Ooh.
I just like Doug, who's just reciting lyrics now.
I just love Kawhi, so.
I mean,
I'd like to be. I wish we could have done the tailgate on Kawhi this morning.
Oh, my God. Let's do that next year.
What are we doing? Why are we doing tailgates in this awful weather? It's brutal outside.
But because people still showed up.
I
Shout
know.
out to them.
I know.
I'm really impressed. Thank you to the CHGO fam coming out.
I mean, listen, I
Diehards. Let's go.
I was there early, and it was thin early, but they just kept coming. God bless. It was. We threw the football around today. We've got a whole little weird green surfacey thing that we could actually get a 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 game if we're going to do this again. I think there should be an actual
but the
pickup game.
but it was like the MetLife Stadium turf
Yeah,
because
no.
there was like one part where like the thing was coming up and I almost died.
There is a strong chance of injury if we do this, which is not great.
Oh, I covered Nick on one play and my right hip. I think I need surgery.
Shout out to Nicholas Moriano, who I'll tell you this much. If Fields, for some reason, hopefully not, gets hurt today,
Yeah.
I would rather turn to Moriano than Peterman. Did you see the throws from Moriano today?
Yeah, I could outthrow him every day of the week.
Oh, here comes the competition.
Oh,
Moriano was impressive.
Enjoy your ping pong, Moriano. I'll take you in a throwing competition any day of the week.
I mean, could Nick look any cooler? It's so cold out. He doesn't care. He's wearing his little bomber jacket.
Yeah, no,
he's a good-looking Nick.
It's annoying how cute he is.
It is.
He spends his time. He goes to the gym. He obviously shops a lot.
Wait, he goes to the gym? I don't think I've ever heard
He
that.
might be. As far as men go, he might spend the most time shopping.
His girlfriend took him to the spa yesterday for his birthday.
It's a good girlfriend right there. Oh, love a good
Some
spot.
kind of salt room. He said,
Oh,
"Why do you think he
it's
looks
so
so
good.
good? He was in some salt room for
That's fantastic.
God knows how long.
All
Enjoy that.
right, so I guess we can.
I was hanging Christmas lights. That life's coming for you, buddy, soon, Nick. You better be ready for it.
What do you mean? He put up his tree like a month ago.
That's true. Little inside reference there. But it's also accurate. Nick, apparently they put their tree up on like November 15th.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember.
Pepper's Farm remembers.
Yeah. All right. Back to what matters. For the Packers, David Bakhtiari's out. He had emergency appendectomy surgery on Friday. And Romeo Doubs was questionable. He's not playing either. I wonder what the odds are. We should look up the DraftKings odds on Christian Watson touchdowns today.
I can pull that up.
I'll take the over.
The 4-point spread is
Yeah.
interesting too. I mean,
It's actually shifted back to the Bears a little bit. I was surprised it didn't shift more with the realization that Fields was going to play. It really didn't move at all. And then I did notice this morning it went from 4.5 to 4. So
money coming in on the Bear.
yeah, I will say I am sensing a little bit of optimism in my brain
Yeah.
about this one today.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know how
What's making you optimistic?
I just think the idea of
What prop am I looking up again?
I don't like a
Christian Watson anytime touchdown.
Okay.
But also, is there can you get more than one? Can you get like Christian Watson 2 touchdowns? That's what I want.
It's possible they do that kind of thing.
Christian Watson is plus 190 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
Our favorite DraftKings.
That's what I got
sportsbook.
it at. I think it was plus 200 earlier today. I missed
Aaron
out.
Jones is your favorite at minus 125, followed by Justin Fields plus 120, then David Montgomery, then A.J. Dillon, then Christian Watson.
By the way, my dad is chiming in the comments, taking the blame for me not knowing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Well, that's a great point, Richard Hoge. Thank you for outing yourself because you should have been singing the song to Adam from years 1 through 6, and that is a loaf by Dad. That's a bad job.
Here's the thing, and I can honestly say this as fact. I have watched Super Bowl 20 more than I've watched the Super Bowl shuffle.
That's a good job by Dad and Mom and whoever else.
He had that on VHS. It was on. It's still, you can watch it on YouTube. We did like a huge thing on it during COVID.
Sure.
There was like an anniversary.
Yeah.
We all watched the game. We did we broke it down. We covered it like it was a live game on a Sunday. It was actually pretty cool.
That's great.
Hey, quick shout out to Robert Lee in our chat who is urging everyone watching to smash the like button. It's free, and he says, "Come on, look what our guys do for us week in, week out." Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, man.
Smash.
Thank you, Robert. Likes help spread the word, as everybody probably knows on YouTube.
And Jaden got his gear, his sweatshirt, and he says he loves it. Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Yes.
Jaden. Appreciate the
Yeah.
super chat.
This is my new favorite sweatshirt. I think I've worn it 3 times this week. The camo CHGO.
I've got a package of 4 coming in, and I've got CHGO on underneath 2 times today. Actually, wearing the tee and the coat. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about. By the way, does it surprise you that I've watched a football game more than some dance video that goes with the football game? That should be the least surprising thing.
I guess it's just a thing if you were alive at that time, but we don't. We don't need to.
I don't think it's that good of a song.
Oh, come on! Are you kidding me?
Hey.
I don't think "Go Cubs Go" is a good song.
Well, no one said anything about Go Cubs
Go Cubs Go is not even the same.
I don't think "Let's Go White Sox" is a good song. I think most of
Dude.
these songs suck.
Dude,
To be honest,
dude,
Oh, yes,
seriously,
Kevin K-Duck saying that's a Carm take.
Terrible take.
Why?
The Super Bowl Shuffle was amazing. Every Bear getting up there with their own verse. You're looking at the fridge. I'm the rookie. I may be large, but I'm no dumb cookie. You see me hit. You see me run. When you see me pass, we'll have some more fun. I can dance. You will see the others. They'll learn from me. Are you kidding? When that dude got on the screen, they're
so lucky they won. Otherwise, that would have gone down as one of the most dubious.
They're not lucky they won.
Videos that's ever been done.
Yeah, that's why it's amazing.
But they're not lucky.
That part I do think is cool. That
they did it in like week 6 or whatever it was.
They were that confident and they came through. That part they deserve credit for.
Because the Super Bowl Sunday morning, I remember coming down. I don't know why it feels like a morning because it was probably at night. I don't even know what time the game.
Almost all the comments agree with me. By the way, Super Bowl Shuffle overrated. I'm with Hoge. Not really on my playlist. Ha ha.
Okay, if you were alive during that era, you don't think that. You just don't. It was you. Okay, I'm getting upset. Let me tell you something.
If you were alive during Devin Hester's career, you would think he's a Hall of Famer, but you don't.
I do think he's a Hall of Famer. I just didn't think he should go in on the first ballot. I'm getting annoyed with that take too, Braggs. No one said that I never said he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I just said that a special teams guy shouldn't get in on first ballot is what I said. No disrespect, Devin.
That's a whole different argument. I don't understand what the difference is between. If you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. Why does it matter what ballot you're on?
Because it matters.
Why?
Because that's how how they've done it, and it differentiates the level of Hall of Fame person that you are. I think that's fair. The top of the top of the top. Walter Payton, that top is not the same as Devin Hester. Sorry. Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes, they get in first. Then you others who are good enough, you get in too. That's
but then there's these whatever. That's a totally different discussion.
Okay.
Save that for a Wednesday.
And let me just say this: the Bears are the Bears are the biggest thing in Chicago sports wise forever and always, and they will be. However, in 1985, just to let people know, this is before the internet and everything. They led the news. They led the sports. They were on the Today Show. They were everywhere. The Super Bowl Shuffle was
Cody Parkey was on the Today Show.
Right.
That's good.
85 Bears, any of them they were beyond royalty. And the Super Bowl Shuffle was incredible. It was the Punky QB. Come on. It was so
37 years ago.
That's right. I'm not saying we should be holding on to it singing it every day, but for you to say that the song sucked it's rude. It's offensive. It hurts my heart.
I don't know I honestly don't remember if that was my exact word or not, but the point is I don't think it's good enough for me to spend that much time knowing every word too. It's not Drake. Let's be honest.
How do I get Mike Grom? How is that a cap take?
It's kind of a cap take. All right, hey, you know what else made Nick look so good out there today? Since we're just talking about how good Nick looked,
go ahead.
He was sporting a Shady Rays. Did you notice that?
I
think Cody had some Shady Rays going too.
Yeah, Cody did too.
Yeah, he had the stylish ones. I don't know what you call those ones. Like the lens takes up the.
They're very baseball.
I love Shady Rays.
But that's why I like Shady Rays, because they have styles for whatever your style is, and those guys were repping it today. Because Shady Rays never understood why sunglasses were so expensive. They went out and they changed that. You don't have to break the bank for quality sunglasses this fall. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades featuring world-class optical clarity, substantial durability, and styles catered to everyone and every lifestyle. And the best part about Shady Rays is they have the most insane protection program in all of eyewear. Lost and broken replacements, lose or break them on day one. They told us that they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. So, like when I was covering Nick one-on-one, I went press coverage. Did you see that? I thought about maybe, getting my hands up to the face a little bit, which would have been illegal. And if I had and just jacked his sunglasses off and they broke, he could have just had them replaced.
That's true. So. That's true. Right. I mean, Shady Rays would have helicoptered in with a pair right on the moment.
Instead, I held him downfield and definitely committed pass interference.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I wanted to pick you off so bad. Just being honest. Even with that strong of a protection program, Shady Rays still manages to make quality that I can tell you.
I back shouldered that thing beautifully. Moriano just couldn't adjust. I felt like I was throwing to Chase Claypool. Get it together, Moriano. Where's your adjustment to the ball?
Claypool has at least 9 inches on Nick.
Claypool probably wouldn't have caught it either.
Jesus.
Wow.
See, how come you can say something like that, but I can't say a song from 37 years ago is overrated?
Because Chase Claypool hasn't been good since he got here. Today's your day, Chase Claypool. Step it up. Let's see it, buddy.
Shady Rays has over 200,000 5-star reviews. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order placed. They've donated over 20 million meals to date, which is awesome. They stand behind the product. They told our team, if anyone has a problem, they will throw profit out the window. Do what it takes to get it right. Free returns and exchanges. That's right, and this is exclusive for our listeners. Shady Rays is running their deepest deal of the season. Use code CHGO for 50% off 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. That's right, that means buy one, get one free. You can get 2 pairs for as low as $54. Redeem only at shadyrays.com, where you can find all their newest and best shades.
How do you feel about Ohio State getting back into the college football playoff?
Is that done?
Yep.
That just came across.
Playing
Did TCU still get in?
Yeah, they're the 3
So
seed.
they're the 3 seed. Okay, good. Because TCU got screwed yesterday. They just blatantly scored a touchdown, and they ruled it short, and then they didn't even review it. And I was like, what is going on right now?
If you're going to put Ohio State in there,
Lost me money.
Let them play Michigan. It's more fun.
But, like, I am not a conspiracy theorist, like, when it comes to, like, gambling. And like, how else do you explain what happened in that TCU game yesterday? The running back is like, here's the ball over the goal line. They even had the overhead shot that really they should somehow find in every stadium because it would make life a lot easier. They had that shot. And they're like, yeah, we're not even going to review this. Kansas State, you win the Big 12.
I'm more interested in the Dr. Pepper part. But let's tell you about ComEd and their energy efficiency program, which is phenomenal in the fact that it saves you money and makes the world a better place all at the same time. It helps families. It helps businesses. It helps the communities where we all live, save money and energy. The free facility assessments that can help find energy-saving opportunities, lighting, HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, industrial processes. ComEd is here to help you save some dough and also save the world some energy. Here's what we got to do. First of all, don't wait. Get started saving money and energy today. Energy saving tips and to schedule your free facility assessment. You go to ComEd.com/poweringbiz, or you can call them 855-433-2700. Do that during normal business hours, or send an email to a ComEd Energy Efficiency Program representative, businessee@comed.com, businessee@comed.com, or again, go to the website, comed.com/facility assessment. That's you. Do that. Get yourself energy efficientized, if you will, and save yourself some money and save the world some energy.
Yeah,
Win-win.
Efficientized. That's a word.
Efficientized by our friends at ComEd.
I like that.
Okay, can we talk about what you want to see today, or do you have something else on the docket that you want to get to?
I just wanted to do a full breakdown of the 4 o'clock segment on Friday on 670 The Score. I thought we were doing that.
Oh, you want to talk about?
Just kidding. That's a joke.
Weeder versus Parco?
No.
Here's
actually what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Here's my advice to Bears fans today. Take it or leave it. You don't have to. This is just my advice.
Okay.
Because,
Hoge giving advice. This is big. Well, hold on. Let me sit back. Okay, go ahead.
we can all acknowledge the reality. I don't know why I'm doing like Donald Trump hands right now for some reason. Probably just because I'm holding this football. We can all acknowledge the reality that losing this game is probably more beneficial for the long term.
That's right.
Especially because if it were to turn out that you actually are behind the Packers in the draft order when it's all said and done, is probably not great.
Yeah.
That being said, you have no control over that.
You have some control.
No. Talking to the fans watching the game right now and how they're going to enjoy this game today.
Oh, okay. You're telling the fans how to fan. Okay.
I'm not telling them how to fan. This is just my advice.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. What I am saying is you do not have control over that during the game. But you are watching a Bears-Packer game. You hate the Packers. Aaron Rodgers is literally yelling at some of the fans last year. If you happen to be one of the fans in that section where he's yelling, I own you, right?
Yep, that all happened. Yep.
My advice is for the 3 hours while the game's going on, forget about the draft picks. There's no control over that. Watch Justin Fields play well. Watch Justin Fields make plays. Root for your team to win the football game. Get a win over the Packers. And if at the end of the day that doesn't happen, it's still a win. It's a win-win. Today's a win-win.
The whole season's been a win-win, honestly. Every time they lose, like, okay, better draft position. They win, okay, sweet. Justin Fields is figuring it out. The offense is figuring it out. This is awesome. So,
but like, I guess my point is, like, last week I could totally understand why. Like, seriously, was anyone really watching that fourth quarter?
Nobody was watching the third quarter or the second quarter.
Like, it was like a lost game, and at that point, you might as well lose the game. And if you were actually sitting there for the first time all season, actually rooting against them late, I wouldn't have blamed you, although I still don't think fans actually do that during games. But this is different today. Fields is back. They're playing the Packers. It's an opportunity to beat a team that pounds you into the ground over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, if they still lose, you can celebrate the fact that you're still in position for the number 2 overall pick in the NFL draft.
Right. Arguably, as far as anything but a miracle season and the Bears just winning every close game and being 9-3 instead of 3-9, the season has gone as good as it could possibly have went. The quarterback and the Bears have figured each other out. Luke Getsy understands Justin Fields. Justin Fields understands Luke Getsy. Flus is doing the Flus. And they have figured out a way to win, even though they haven't won. But they have figured out a way to, let's say, play with Fields. And they've lost games. So they're in line to get the number 2 overall pick. That, you can really make an argument that was the absolute best case scenario for the whole season. Mm-hmm. Now, the other side of it is I want to see Justin Fields win a football game. I want to see him have a sweet fourth quarter drive today and fire a ball to Cole Kmet down the seam or in the corner of the end zone or wherever, and Soldier Field goes nuts and the Bears beat the Packers. I would absolutely enjoy that moment. But there's repercussions for it if they end up. But I don't think that, you know, with everybody, with the games that are coming, they're not going on some ridiculous run at the end of the season here. So they might draft second, they might draft 7th. I would prefer they drafted second, but but cake and eat it too. I kind of want to. At bare minimum, to one comment that I just saw in there, like let them be in the game. Let them have the competitiveness of a fourth quarter against Green Bay. Let Fields play in game pressure again down the stretch, and ideally he goes and leads them down to score, and then whatever will be nauseating. But Rodgers pulls off a standard Rodgers, and they lose by a point. And
that's your best case scenario.
That's probably my best case scenario, honestly.
I mean, that probably is the best case scenario for, you know, again, the long term. But I'm not going to sit here and say that that's the only thing that matters. I do think it matters that Justin Fields starts beating the Packers specifically. Can I give you a reality?
Sure.
The thing about these football careers is they start to add up faster than you think. He's already 0-3 against Green Bay as a starter. Mm-hmm. They have not been – all 3 of those losses have been by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one that was 10, one that was 14, and one that was 17.
This year was 17. I don't remember the scores last year, but this one was 27-10.
So they really haven't even been that close.
No, in the Packer game,
Aaron Rodgers' career against the Bears, that record has added up over the years, right? Added up. It's one of his most, like when you're looking at his Hall of Fame resume, which it's not like an argument needs to be made there. He goes in the first ballot category that you have divided off. But like that's something that's on there. Just dominated his biggest rival.
Right, but do you really think that Justin Fields is if he loses today, is in danger of having some block when he plays the Green Bay Packers going forward?
Not necessarily, but I would rather not get to that point where your whatever Kirk Cousins record in prime time was before he finally won a game, that type of stuff.
I'm having because there is something that's going on with the ways in which the Bears have lost games that I'm concerned, like 3%, a very small amount about their culture. Balls ripped out of Amir Smith-Marsette's hands. That's losing football. You miss an extra point against the Lions that you never miss. Losing football. You're dropping passes at the goal line against the Commanders. Losing football. Whenever the moment is the biggest, the Bears this year have wilted. That ain't great. However, I think it still comes down to the fact that they're not overflowing with talent. The defense is bad,
right?
And I'm not really worried about that going forward. I
think that's a bigger storyline next year. This idea of learning to win games. I do think that matters. Is something that really does matter next season. I think right now it's not the end of the world. That being said,
but you're paying attention to it.
I do think a fourth quarter game-winning drive against the Packers in what could possibly be a shootout between these two quarterbacks, where Fields comes on top at the end, don't you think there's a benefit to that?
I do.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. They will feel excellent walking out of there. It'll be a good shot in the arm, confidence. We can do this booster. Yes, I absolutely agree. It will. I guess we're and I think you agree with me too. Do they need that to be successful going forward? I think we would both say no, right?
Correct. But just like they don't need to have the number 2 overall pick.
They kind of do.
They don't need to.
No, they do.
It would help.
No, they do.
So you're saying if they don't, you're saying if they draft 10th, they'll never win a Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'd like to. But I am saying that we've now had 2 years of Fields in his rookie deal. You get 5, okay? You still have for lack of a better way of putting it, shit ton of needs. And if you get the number 2 overall pick with somebody wanting to trade up for a quarterback, you can go a long way to addressing that this next offseason. Whereas if you're drafting 7, 8, 9, 10, it's not going to be as easy to do. And I do think that they kind of need the benefit of having one of those top 3 picks.
Sure.
I'm not saying they're not going to be able to get there. Maybe they've already made the decision in their mind that they're going to pay Justin Fields and yada yada. They'll have to figure it out after with his salary on the books. But it'd be a lot easier if they could have a massive offseason where, Poles hits on, 75% of the things that he does. I know they're not going to be perfect. Who's calling? I know they're not going to be perfect, but you want more shots at it, and they're just so far away right now that they need that top 3 pick in my mind.
Well, I think it's kind of a similar story. Like, yes, it obviously helps you without a doubt. The higher you can get, the more options you have.
Yeah.
Both in terms of players that are draftable, the best players that are draftable, and potential trade options. But it's still no sure thing.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
And look at the Eagles. What were they drafting last year? Like around 10? And then New Orleans was like, well, we want to come up and get Chris Olave. Boom.
Right.
I'm just saying you can still trade back from later on.
Dallas got Micah Parsons at 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you redrafted that draft.
No, the Bears
13?
12, because the Bears drafted Fields at number 11.
Okay, maybe it was even 13.
It was the next pick.
Okay, it was the next. Okay, fine. Okay, so 12.
Yeah.
My bad. If you redrafted that draft, Micah Parsons probably goes number 1. Okay? So they got the best player in the draft at 12. It can happen.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Could. But as far as value going into the draft of what you can do, flexibility, speaking the obvious here, you want to be up higher. And winning today, or winning period, in these last 5 games, 6 weeks, will help them confidence-wise, sure, and in the moment it'll feel good, and then there's going to be some repercussions, which they very well may be able to overcome. I'm telling everybody at the tailgate today, like, see you at the Super Bowl. It's either next year or the year after that, one of the two.
No, it's not next year.
Why not? Next year, we're going to Bengals this thing, man. They were 2-7-1, and Burrow.
Yeah, well, that is, I think, a fair comp, which we talked about when we broke down. Was that earlier this week? Feels like 3 weeks ago already. I don't know why. But even when I bring up the Bengals, I'm like, just getting into the playoffs. That whole. I think the run they went on was pretty. Fluky's not the right word. It was a year earlier than it should have been. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I actually think the Bengals are dangerous right now.
They are. They're playing great.
I would actually some DraftKings pick of the week thing here, even though that's not what we're supposed to be doing today. I would jump on the Bengals right now to win the AFC North because they're actually the Ravens are still the favorite there.
I like that idea.
So,
by the way, Michael H., I see you. But your first comment here that I see, you realize we have no linebackers or pass rushers, right? You best back that off, Jack Sanborn. That is you are disrespecting Sanborn, and we will not have that on this show. No disrespect for Sanborn. Greg Braggs is walking in and looks like he wants to do something that I'm not comfortable with.
Okay, here comes Braggs.
Oh no!
Hey, listen, quit crying. Quit crying. All right, listen here, Bears fans. Suck it up. We've sucked for 30 years. You can last 5 more games. Okay? We need the top 2 pick, Adam. I hear you talking them out of it.
No. I have a computer. No.
Quit crying. All right?
Oh, it's bad.
Can we stop this?
We need the top 2 pick. Give me the mic. We need the top 2
How
pick.
heavy is he?
Okay, he's fine. Suck it up. I'm not bad. I'm fluffy. Okay? We need the top 2 pick. Every Bears fan out there crying about a win today. We've lost for 30 years.
Crying.
I hear him talking about, well, you can't guarantee nothing on the top. Listen. We're going to get the top 2 pick. We're going to trade it back. Look at how good the Eagles are doing. They traded it back. They have the Saints top 10 pick.
Preaching to the choir there, brother.
Yeah, I think
Great job today, Braggs.
What did you break, by the way? Okay.
There's a little.
You're fine.
It's underneath
You're
the table.
fine.
It's fine.
We got a lot
it's
going
fine.
on.
You need to go watch back the video of this. Yeah.
We'll see you on the post game, buddy.
We love you.
Quit spreading misinformation.
Oh boy, brick by brick, brick by brick.
Just leave it.
It's okay. Please, we'll clip this.
Oh my gosh.
Bear down.
That was right up there with like a Chris Farley skit.
Very Farley-esque.
Don't tell me that it felt good having him on your lap.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would.
Oh my God!
To be honest,
I got to get to the gym.
I put my Foco Santa hat on here. Chicago, you already got the best coverage for your favorite teams. Get it fitted out in the best sports gear around. Foco has you covered from Soldier Field to the living room, north or south side, with hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, everything in between, like this giant warm thing that Carm's wearing, the Santa hat. We got the stocking. I can't. Braggs is still yelling over there. I can't. I know our listeners can't hear it, but it's hard for me to focus right now.
Definitely was drinking heavily at the tailgate.
Jesus. Looking for the perfect gift for the football fan in your life. Foco has you covered with hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze, which we felt this morning at the tailgate, without a doubt. Check out Foco.com. Click the link in the description below. For all non-presale items, use promo code CHGO for 10% off.
Or if you're watching the YouTube, just click that QR code.
Ooh, look at that. That's new.
Yeah.
Little Foco QR code.
See all the Bears merch that
Foco
wow. has. It's pretty
like
rad.
that. Love that. And FOCO for life. Let's go. My turn, and that means that we are going over to Game Time Tickets. Download the Game Time app. I'm pulling it up right now because I want to find out how much it costs to get into Soldier Field on the flyer. Oh, my God. This is why you want to be Number one, it's why you want to download the Game Time app. Number two, it's why you want to wait till game time. So, listen, download the app. If you want to go to Soldier Field right now, if you're in the neighborhood, if you're about to leave the tailgate that I assume is pretty well cleared out, 9 minutes to game time, 2 seats together, total price, getting in, $136 a ticket for corner end zone. $136 if you want to go down to 1 seat, just out of curiosity. See if there's a cute little single out there for you. I do love Game Time. Oh, see, yeah, sometimes it works this way. Oh, my God, $302, $92 for a single. That's a good job. All right, Game Time tickets, that's what you want to be doing with your life. Game Time has 15 million people that have downloaded the app. Also, if you don't want to go to the app right now and if you love CHGO, best way to support us, buy your tickets through the link in the description. Sports, concerts, shows, 50-yard line, up top, wherever you want to be. Game Time has it for you. Game Time tickets, my people.
All right, and DraftKings Sportsbook, as we get into our prop bets here, is the official sports betting partner of the NFL, and it is our go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Just go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay. Got a cool button on there, by the way. Like, if you go to today's game, there's a button you can just click, and it'll show you everything that's eligible for a same-game parlay. A little tool built into the app. And you can combine multiple bets, like which team will win, player props, point totals, and more. And the more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win big. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code CHGO. Place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Is that a $17.90 super chat?
No, it's he's from Israel, Eli.
Is Israeli? What's up, Eli? Good to see you. Want to come visit you, buddy. Haven't been to the Holy Land since 2005.
His super chat is actually leads us into our prop bets. Yeah. He's asking if Justin's going to throw for 350 yards. Is that in the next 2 weeks? Because maybe then, but
yeah, I think that's a stretch.
350 is definitely a stretch, Eli. But I like where your head is at, and it is the question for me going into the game. How much does he actually just sit in the pocket and throw footballs to Chase Claypool, to Byron Pringle, who's my prop, by the way, for the day, to Cole Kmet, to N'Keal Harry, who was active today.
By the way, you spelled it Brian Pringle, which I thought was great. I've switched it to Byron.
Brian Pringle.
Yeah. It's fine.
That was definitely an autocorrect. I didn't do that. I would never make that mistake because I know Byron Pringle and his donuts and everything about him. One of the weirdest Bears of all time. But I am taking him today for the first touchdown of the game, plus 3,500. I rarely do a flyer, but I'm doing a flyer today.
Wow, that is a flyer.
Let's go, Byron Pringle. You are the man. You are finding your way to the end zone. Let's go. That's the first touchdown, and not in any time. First touchdown.
First touchdown. That's why the odds are so high. Mine's a little bit more practical. I think David Montgomery is. I looked at Fields because I think it's 64.5. I was surprised it was still that high considering the injury that he's going to be playing through. But then I saw David Montgomery's only 71.5. I mean, you got to think the Bears are going to pound the run today, right?
I like that bet.
So I think it's, you're not getting the best odds ever, but I think I'm taking the over on that one for sure.
In Jailbreak, I'm 100% with you. Top 5 weirdest Bears of all time, Byron Pringle is in there.
Alonzo Spellman.
That's a great one. That is a great one.
Why is he so weird?
Pringle?
Yeah. Just you mean like how the whole thing's played out?
Have you talked to Byron Pringle?
Oh, yeah. Well, there was
the first press conference was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. I felt like I was watching the movie Get Out. I did. He was like saying whatever. He was just smiling through the whole thing, and it was a weird thing, and he wouldn't tell you anything, and nothing. And I'm just like, what is going on right now?
I know. We talked about it that day. People didn't like the fact that we were people thought we were making too much of it.
Well, it turns out that we were right.
Well. Yeah.
A little bit at least. Hey, listen, I don't care. Let them. I want to see more. And as far as things I want to see in the last 5 games, who's going to emerge from these wide receivers and become more than quote unquote just a guy is interesting to me.
That's the guy. Let's see if he builds on last week. I think Claypool's the biggest wide receiver you got to watch today. N'Keal Harry's active, by the way, for the first time in week, so that's another one to watch. We'll see how the ball gets spread around. Let's get to our predictions as well before we get out of here and close up the show.
David Farlow, that's a good one on Sam Hurd.
I'm sorry, guys. I've a rule I got to follow, which is I have to pick the Packers until proven otherwise.
It's a fine rule.
Okay, and Aaron Rodgers. I'm not like. Aaron Rodgers going up against this secondary today with no pass rush is not the game I'm going to flip off my strategy there.
I'm kind of irritated right now. I think your pick's fine. Jay Cutler is at Soldier Field. Did you know that?
I did know that. Yes, I heard he was coming.
If I knew that, I would have picked the Packers.
You would have picked.
I thought he was afraid of coming to Chicago.
I was wondering, what does this have to do with?
Isn't he worried about being in Chicago?
I mean, we don't need we just Cuddy, listen, we don't need you at the game. We don't need your energy there. We don't need your smugness there. I'm not a fan. I know there's some Cuddy fans left, but just seeing him on the field right now, scrolling through Twitter is making me nauseous. Good, but I'm picking the Bears. That's right. Let's go. Bear the hell down. I'll be honest, when I was making that pick earlier in the week, I for some reason, at least in my head, Brisker and or Kyler Gordon and or someone was going to
Jackson
or someone. No, I knew that Eddie Jackson wasn't getting healthy, but I thought those guys logically would be back. They're not, so that's just a killer. But maybe my guy Harrison Hand and company will step up. Let's go. And
by the way, Braggs has Packers 38, Bears 24. Corey Wooten, our guy, Bears 28. Packers 21.
What does it say in the thing that you're looking at over there? Does it say 27-23 for me? Or did I type it wrong?
I got 24-23.
Okay. I think I sent it in 27-23. But I'll take 24-23. Whatever.
That's what
it's
I
fine.
saw. So.
That's fine. Yeah. Listen. Justin Fields stays upright mostly. The passing game, I am predicting that this will be his best passing game of the year.
So 204 yards?
Yeah, we're not going to 350 here.
All right, it's pretty much kickoff. We got
250. We got to go.
We got to go.
Two quick supers.
Oh, wow, it's really kickoff.
Parker thinks we need to pay Nicor. He says it doesn't look like we've paid, so he says everyone needs to send us $5 for his great pregame show. I like that part of your sentiment.
Thank you, Parker.
It's great. And then Orozco's Living Life, $5 super chat just for today. Forget the mock draft. Let's get the win. Tired of my coworkers making fun of me. LOL. I want a great work week. Beat the Packers, and that's a great way to end the show.
I'm with you. Worry about the draft pick when the game's over. Go get a win against the Packers. Most importantly, Justin Fields, have a good day. Play well. Don't get hurt.
See you at 3 o'clock.
We'll see how it shakes out. We'll be right here post-game. Make sure you have subscribed to YouTube. Hit the notifications. You know right when we go live, when the show is over. Hopefully we get this thing fixed by the time post-game show starts.
I'm a little concerned.
And we'll be here either way. Talk to you then.